Hello, y'all. Welcome to Embodied Art and Liberation. Today, I want to show you emotional freedom technique. It's a really powerful tool to regulate your emotions whenever you want to center yourself or work through something difficult. It could help to prevent a panic attack. It could help to just come back to your body if you feel like your thoughts are racing. It's incredibly useful. And I recommend that you practice when you're already feeling sort of calm, just so this is a tool that you could use frequently if you're ever in need of it. Remember that your frontal lobes are not usually accessible if you're dysregulated. So the more you integrate practices of grounding and emotional regulation and caring, nurturing that part of you that is hurting in any kind of way, it just becomes that much easier to get your needs met without as much resistance and without creating a false narrative of what's happening. It's just simply oftentimes just the need to come back to yourself. If we don't know what's happening, that's okay, but it at least gives you a sense of balance so that you can move through that moment in a way that's more sustained, more grounded, and better able to know what's the best next thing you can do. So let me walk you through it. And we start over here, kind of like in a point where your high ponytail would be. And I'm going to share some affirmations that are a combination of some that I really loved from Tatiana Tarot. Her recording is no longer available, unfortunately. So I just want to give her a shout out and shout out to her channel. And I also learned from um, other elders throughout my life, but I was very, very honored to learn that this comes from the Amazon, from Colombia. But feel free to use this, incorporate it into your life. Um, we start here, but if you have like rocks, I found out that the indigenous people who developed this practice actually did use rocks. So I'm going to use one rock and use my hands for the other part. And I close my eyes, and I usually start with something very self affirming because rather than be in judgment, I want to give myself acceptance even when I'm dysregulated. So we'll start with something like, it's okay if I feel emotionally dysregulated. And like Tatiana Tarot, I'm going to use a lot of self affirming statements about self love, but it also, in the same breath, applies, in my opinion, to community, to loved ones, because it's the same. It's the same intention. So it's okay if I feel dysregulated in this moment. And then here, between your eyebrows, I love myself unconditionally, and I make room for the practices that help me maintain myself, my body, my spirit in every dimension. Here on the side, I honor my voice and the truth, and I allow that to speak for itself. I allow it to inform me. My emotions and my emotional well being is valuable and important, and I take time to protect it. My love for myself sustains me in community, for loved ones, for the earth, and I take the moments I need to return to myself for guidance and for wisdom. And here under your lips. I gather the wisdom of my experiences and how I've learned to integrate them to become better and better. I honor the elders that guide me, my teachers, my loved ones, my predecessors, and the progeny, related and unrelated. And then here on your collarbone, I connect to gratitude for the lessons, moments of joy, ease, and pleasure. I make room for these things even through great challenges as they keep me moving forward in the directions that help sustain life. And here in your heart center, in your sternum, this one I like to do a little firmly. And I honor my heart, no matter what it's feeling. I allow it to show me what is needed. Here on your left armpit, this is the artery. I call in courage, creativity, perspective. My rest is valuable and it doesn't need to be earned. Again, back to the top. And please feel free to modify these as you follow along. Take in what is for you. I take in the lessons and I release old habits, old perspectives, old narratives, old impulses if they no longer serve me, my loved ones, the community, the earth in a sustainable way. And I distance myself from all forms of abuses and the delusions that hold them in place. I give thanks for new lessons, new opportunities, new perspectives. I make room for that, allowing the unfolding of possibility, even through the greatest challenges. I call in courage and clarity of mind to know how to help the community, my loved ones, the earth, and myself, knowing that our sustainability is a gift to the progeny, related and unrelated, because we are all interconnected. The pleasure I seek and receive and experience is always accessible to me whether it's the quality of the sun, the song of a bird, the shenanigans of my dogs, the eyes of a child. I take pause to take in beauty and allow it to form courage, strength, and persistence. And I call in the creativity to find answers, conscious and unconscious. I call in new possibilities, new roads, new avenues. I find fortitude in the earth, the universe, the known and the unknown, community, and how we generate strength and collective healing. And we're going to take it all in again in the sternum. I'm going to think about our hearts as we connect in this moment. Take a deep breath. Let it all settle. And whatever happens, it's all okay. It's all of value. Welcome home to yourself. And thank you for joining me. Feel free to honor whatever comes up with gentleness and nourishment for your spirit, reflection if that's what you like, walking. And know that all of these grounding practices will continue to help you develop a calm and continuous way of regulating your nervous system so you could maintain focus on the connections and the relationship with yourself, with your loved ones, community, and earth. I want to just remind myself, as I remind you, that everything we do to ground ourselves is truly a practice, and there's many ways. The more you use your imagination, your five senses, art making, walking, chanting, whatever appeals to you, using your mind and thoughts, or your body, or activating emotional grounding, which I can share in other videos, other grounding techniques. Um, it's truly a practice. So please remember that the shift is the practice, and it isn't anything to do with perfectionism. Give yourself a lot of grace as you get comfortable learning your limitations, learning how to ground. Of course, this is not a replacement for therapy, but nobody needs to be a therapist to practice grounding. And in fact, I hope you share this with everybody. If this appeals to you, if it helps you, I find it very useful. And so I just want to send all my love and care and connection to all of you out there. And I wish everybody a lot of nurturing, a lot of care for yourselves, for your community. It's all interconnected. Please, please make time for yourselves and for community and for the joy that we need to endure and to change things so that they are rooted in alignment with our deepest values. And these practices can help us stay connected to those. Thank you so much. Peace.